I guess before I can take your picture, I have to assemble the camera. Hi, this is Scott Wenkivwit. Today I want to talk about ways that you can improve composition without a digital SLR, a mirrorless camera, or any camera that has a bunch of settings and things you could do. We're going to focus just on composition. And the way we're going to do that is by looking at two very basic cameras. The first one is this little thing from the Lego company. Yes, this is a brick-based camera. These bricks are actually glued together so they can't come off. There's a USB port here for charging. That means there's a built-in battery. No memory card. It's all built-in memory. I think you get about 40 photos or something at most. Very low resolution camera. But the cool part is you can actually take little Lego things and sort of dress up your camera. So you can see I have a little Lego guy with a camera. It's very meta. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because on this camera, when we turn it on, the resolution is really, really bad. It's turning on, and there we go. So now you're looking through the screen, and you can see that is a very poor resolution. This camera is going to allow you to focus on composition by paying attention to the scene you're looking at through the LCD, not worrying about color, not worrying about exposure, not worrying about focus, anything like that. By the way, if you're hearing some wind, it's a beautiful day in New Jersey. It's very windy, a little cool, but I have the window open here in my office. So if you're hearing that in the microphone, I apologize, but it's just too nice to leave the window closed. The camera is very lightweight, it's very compact. You can just throw when you're traveling, whatever you're doing. But I basically would tell you, try out this camera or something like it that is such horrible quality, just so you can pay attention to the composition itself. If you can get composition pinpointed in a camera like that, you can improve your composition professionally in your professional camera that you use on a regular basis. The other way is a camera like an Instax. So if you have a Fuji, if you have whatever, Polaroid, any sort of instant camera that you have, some of them have options, but I'm basically going to tell you, turn it on, look through the rangefinder. Yes, it's a rangefinder, not a viewfinder through the lens. You're actually looking right here. So there are two ways to do this. Either still use your left eye, like you're used to with a digital SLR or mirrorless, or do it rangefinder style and look with your right eye and also still see with your left eye. Now, the advantage of doing it with the left eye is you can actually have a little bit better idea of how you're framing, how you're composing the scene. Whereas if you do with the right eye, then you're kind of still looking outside of the camera. Now, ideally, if you can find a camera that's a rangefinder that has the grid that shows you off to the side of where the lens might be, the edge might be of the frame, that might be a better use. That might be a better example than this one, because this one does not actually have that in the viewfinder. Some of the other Fujis might. I'm not sure. I only have this one, but the others, this one does not. So, for example, if you have a Leica, right? You have a Leica rangefinder, digital or film. If you look through the lens or through the rangefinder viewfinder, you're actually going to see a little half of a rectangle, so to speak, that will give you an idea of where it's actually going to be. The edge of the frame will actually be. So, to improve your composition, stop worrying about everything else. Stop worrying about exposure, focus, the metering, all of that stuff. Stop worrying about white balance. Just worry about the composition. And the best way to do that is to use a really horrible camera that doesn't give you a lot of options and might even give you horrible results, but lets you worry about composition.